YouTube, how's it freaking going? Hope you guys had a great weekend. Today's Tuesday, however, it is Monday of the working out week. I went on the weekend, I went on Saturday and Sunday, but I did it off camera. Sometimes, guys, I like to do workouts off camera, which I haven't done in a very long time. And Andre can attest to this. I just go ham. I goes ham. I don't stop. I go in there for 2 hours and I do not stop working out. I just go exercise to exercise, which I should say I do not recommend. Okay, it's kind of what I like to do. It's not necessarily optimal. Well, it isn't optimal. Let's be honest. You need to let your muscles recover. And I was super fatigued. Thankfully, it was back. So I mean, out of all the muscles, I must say, like, my back is probably one of the fastest recovering out of all of them. I think everyone's different, but like hitting chest is crazy. And I hit chest Friday, which I made a video of, and then I hit another chest day on Sunday, which definitely need to give more of a rest because my shoulders, specifically the front here, were fucked up, guys. That's why I had to take yesterday off. I wasn't planning on it. I was planning on just hitting like a, like a tricep or bicep, something easy. Not necessarily easy, but doesn't necessarily work the shoulders, so I can let it rest. But I was like, nah, I gotta let myself rest. So I got extra sleep too, and when you are recovering, you do need to make sure you guys are getting adequate sleep, guys. So stay on top of that. But I really hope you guys had a great weekend. Drop a comment down below what you guys did. I'm always curious to know what you guys do on your weekends. Remember, we don't live for the weekend, guys. We are not bums, and I will say that with my fucking full heart. If you only live for the weekend, you're a bum. There's so many beautiful things you can do in this world. And you got Monday to Friday, man. And if, like I said, if you're only living for the fucking weekend, there's definitely a problem in that. On my way to work yesterday, I should say actually, on my way to work every day, guys, I used to listen to music of variety, right? I can listen to rock. I listen to a lot of different genres, but they're all just doing nothing for me. You know, I'm just listening to it to get through. And I'm not knocking the music in any sense. I love listening to music at the gym. I love listening to music to vibe out or whatnot. But why not listen to something inspirational or educational? And that's what I've been doing for a very long time now. So I specifically listen to a podcast called The Mindset Mentor, which I've spoken upon before, by Rob Dial. Great podcast. Of course, everyone has different tastes for podcasts, but if you guys are looking for recommendation from myself to you, that's definitely one of them. And that's the first ever podcast that I started listening to, and it fucking changed me. It really did, because he's saying stuff about mindset to just get you thinking. And I want to share some of it with you today. So the episode I was listening to, he was talking about how you can have a more fulfilling day, right? How you can get more out of a day, and not necessarily in a productivity way, but in a way that will actually hit your heart, and make you happier. And there's 3 elements to it. Doing something for your body, right? And obviously going to the gym is one, going for a walk, a run, just moving. Even stretching, some form of yoga, whatever the case may be, just moving. Because remember, the human body is meant to move. We are not meant to be stagnant. We are not meant to sit all day. We're not meant to just stand around either. We're meant to move, right? And the second thing is something for your soul. Now this one's important. There's a Lambo just pulled up. That's crazy. That kind of hits the soul. Because that guy right there is very inspirational for me. Because if he could do it, I could do it. But back to the topic at hand, soul. So the soul, it's about doing things that make you happy, right? And being present. A lot of times we're just fucking on our phones and whatnot. And I'll give you a perfect example of what I do for my soul, which I did today. Pet my cat. Just sit there, no phone, pet my cat. But most of the time I'm petting him, I got my phone in one hand and I'm petting him in the other. And that's not being present in the moment. So I put my phone in another room and I just sat there and pet him. And it's something as simple as that, There's a lot of different things you could do, whether it's go outside and just stare at, the beautifulness of nature. Just something for your soul, right? Your phone, it ain't something for your soul, guys. I'll be straight with you. It's just going to hit those little dopamine hits, and it actually makes it harder for you to enjoy the very things that you are supposed to enjoy in life, right? Because if you're getting all this dopamine from these freaking phones, you're not going to get dopamine from actually seeing people in real life or doing things in real life, right? So just remember that. And the final one is your mind. Mind could be reading, could be writing, could be doing something productive in terms of your career or whatnot, which, I mean, in turn can hit the soul too, but just do something for your mind, body, and soul, guys. And that might seem, mind, body, soul, this guy's whatever. The reality of it is, guys, you have to make time for those things. Put some time aside, do it and I recommend doing it in the morning. Doing stuff in the morning, the hardest things in the morning, is the most beneficial thing that you could do. Oh man, the Lambo's pulling up beside me. I'm nervous. But without further ado, guys, it's gym time. You know, I kind of forgot that it's Monday today, or sorry, Tuesday today. I thought it was Monday. And I was gonna come in and test the philosophy that I had, that Mondays would be the best day to hit legs because no one else would be hitting it. And to be fair, like the squat racks are definitely open, and you know, majority of people like to hit legs later on down the week, but there's still a good amount of people hitting legs. But definitely the most popular exercise on Mondays is chest. You know, so if you're hitting chest on Mondays, you're kind of gonna be waiting around or whatnot. Depends on the time, of course. I feel like every day though is probably very, very big for chest because everyone loves hitting fucking chest. Chest and back are definitely the two #1 exercise, or rather days that people like to do. And you know, people don't skip back day. You never hear that. Oh, yeah, I skip back day. No, you're gonna hear people saying, oh, I skip leg day because my legs aren't important or whatnot. But remember, I said it before, guys. Doing heavy squats is gonna boost your testosterone, and all around, you guys just want a balanced physique, right? You're gonna be limiting yourself if you're not hitting legs. And all around, guys, I'm very big on the functional ability of working out and not just trying to look big, right? You wanna be able to utilize what you're putting in the gym outside of here as well. But I also should mention, I hopped back on creatine. I said I was gonna back on it and I decided to, but I also need to call out the creatine companies, man. Put your fucking scoopers in a better spot. You know, I had to dig for it. I had to go pretty deep too in the creatine because, I mean, I'm silly. I put on its side and kind of rolled around a bit, but definitely need to have a better alternative to it. And I should also mention, because a lot of people creatine overload the first week, meaning they do like 20 grams. I think that's a load of bullshit. I don't know the studies behind it, but me personally, I've never done it and I've never needed to do it. I still feel the effects of creatine. Of course, it takes longer to get into your system, but you don't need to overload it. I think that's a marketing scheme by the companies. That way you're using 20 grams. Because if you do the math there, I mean, that's 4 scoops a day. Right, that's 4 days if you split it up that way, because I only recommend doing 5 grams of creatine, because you get creatine from meats, right? If you're eating red meat or steak or anything like that, you're still getting creatine from that. So it's just an additional thing, right? That's what supplementation is. It's just adding what you're lacking. And if you're not sure, you know, like if you're not eating red meat, perhaps it might make sense, but I think it's a marketing scheme. You should only really need to do 5 grams a day, and that's just 1 scoop instead of doing 20 for the first week. So definitely stick to that, but also need to make sure you guys are drinking enough water. Creatine shouldn't be the reason why, just in general, man. If you get dehydrated, people are dehydrated all the time because they don't think about it, right? You should be drinking at least 2 to 3 liters a day. 2 to 3 liters is good, right? And obviously you're not chugging it. You want to drink it over the duration of the day. You're not going to sit down and drink 2 liters. Definitely counterintuitive. So make sure you stay on top of your water and don't fucking creatine overload. But we're gonna work into this. We're doing squats first set. I did my 12-4-8 warm-up and some other warm-up, which I'll talk about in the next exercise because I have already talked a bit too much. But let's get right into this. E-reps. Two, 3, halfway. 2 more. Last one. Wow, felt good. Remember, you're gonna have to rest for a bit longer. This usually take a lot out of you, and I don't want to go in a set without being fully ready to get it done. So let's get this shit done. 4 sets total. We finished off the squats. It was definitely a war to get up those last couple sets, but we're not gonna stop when I'm fatigued. We're gonna stop when I'm finished. And now we're working to our next exercise, which is calf raise. I hit calves every day, or every leg day, I should say. There's no real rest for it. You gotta make sure you're hitting your calves hard, especially if it's an underdeveloped muscle for you. And for me it is. It's one of those muscles I want to get bigger, but realistically speaking, it's not good having big calves, and there's reasons behind that, some of which I don't actually remember, but definitely not a good thing athleticism wise. Genetically speaking, we have small calves for a purpose, right? But it's still good to hit it hard, especially if you have any underdeveloped muscle. Arnold Schwarzenegger had underdeveloped calves, and whenever he would do his leg day, he would cover up his whole body minus his calves, right? And that's because he could see his calves, right? And he was, I guess, kind of, what's the word? He felt kind of embarrassed about it.
I can't remember the word. Uncomfortable, insecure about it. Insecure, that's the word. He felt insecure about his calves, so by covering up his whole body, the only muscle he was seeing is his calves, which kind of inspired him to work a little harder. And I've kind of implemented that into my leg days as well, you know? Like, I'm not gonna throw on a tank top or anything like that on leg days, because then I'll start looking at my other muscles and be happy and satisfied with the way they're looking. But my legs, I mean, I don't think my legs are underdeveloped, but it's definitely the purpose of leg days to hit the legs. So if I'm only able to see the legs, then that's the best thing for me, right? That's why I'm wearing this shirt. I don't really like you wearing this shirt, to be honest with you. It's really long and it's big. I do like pump covers, but I don't like the length. It's almost down to my, like, freaking where the pants stop. So it looks more like a dress. But I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not looking at my upper body today. It's all about the calves. So we're gonna, you know, get it done. Also should mention on the creatine, I personally drink creatine before my workout because it is supposed to help out in high intensity training. So when you're getting to those like final sets, you're super fatigued, creatine is definitely an added help in those, not like an added help in the sense you're gonna be able to lift more, but is purpose driven for that and a bunch of other reasons, right? So creatine all around is great, muscle recovery and whatnot. So, I mean, you could dabble with it, everyone's different, but me personally, I drink it before and I find it has the most effects. I typically drink it with my pre-workout. So try it out, let me know what you guys think about that, but we're gonna work right into this. I'm gonna do 5 sets because as said, I wanna get the calves bigger, so obviously wanna train them nice and hard. And the name of the game is to control it. I'm not trying to do none of those half reps. I used to do that, and I see a lot of people do that when they do calf raises. They'll put heavy weights on and just fucking do it super fast, small range of motion. Time under tension is the most important thing, as well as the stretch. So make sure you're getting it done. Range of motion, and obviously controlling the tempo. Really want to hit that depth. I'm gonna get 10 with the control tempo and then an additional 5 a little quicker. 9. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Calves are on fire. That's definitely a good indicator to me that I'm working it right. Oh, gotta stretch them out after though. Definitely don't skip out on the static stretches after leg day, because majority of people feel super fatigued or rather sore after leg day, and part of that's because they're not cooling down and also not stretching out. But remember, static stretches at the end of the workout. But 3 more sets of this, let's get it done. Okay, so we're gonna revisit an exercise I haven't done in a bit, which is a hamstring lean. Basically a back lean, but definitely want to emphasize my hamstrings on this. And I'm not doing a plate. If I hold a weight on this, it's definitely not going to end well. I'm struggling with just my body. And of course, you got to gauge your progressive overload based off how the sets are making you feel. And if you're just feeling enough off of just your body weight, then of course it makes sense to stick at that. To be honest, my legs are even shaking, and I'm not sure why, because I feel like I haven't even pushed myself super hard today. This is just kind of what's happening, something with my knees perhaps. But I'm going to do this for 10 reps. Gonna be doing it for about 4 sets or so, and I say 10 reps, that's just my mental gauge. If I could do more, obviously I'm gonna aim to do more. If I need to do less based off of failing, then that's okay as well, but definitely wanna push close or to failure. Remember that, guys. You're not gonna get gains unless you're pushing yourself past your mentally thought up limits. And that's what we're gonna do, so let's get right into this. This is set number 3. I have to feel it out before I show you guys. Oh my God. Wow. If you guys haven't done this one before, definitely try it out. It's good to use your body weight for any sort of movements that you can, but this is definitely a top tier hamstring exercise. And a lot of people don't really hit their hamstrings too hard, or they just do leg curls, and this is a good variant to do as well. Because of course, as I say all the time, you should be able to control your body weight, whether it's doing push-ups, pull-ups, or doing this, right? So this is for 4 sets, so I got one more set. Let's get it done. Whew. Okay, gonna work into some hip thrust. My boy's fatigued. I'm only doing 8 reps on this, but going a little heavier, so I'm gonna be a bit more explosive than I typically am with the controllingness. Because I do say variety is good, and especially with hip thrusts, I feel like it's more optimal for me to do a heavier weight and try and do about 8 reps, 8 to 10, a little heavier like I said. So I'm doing 3 plates, so this is heavy for me, and I'd rather do it on this than doing it on a barbell. The barbell fucking sucks. But a lot of people neglect doing these hip thrusts, and you guys shouldn't. You know, add it into your arsenal, add it to your leg days. It's only gonna help, right, with your hips. And you know, you need to strengthen everywhere, so good variety is good. Variety in reps and whatnot as well. I should also mention, when I was doing squats, there's a fucking barbell there with 3 plates on, so 315 in total, just left on the floor. And again, I need to emphasize, put away your fucking weights. Whoever did that to douchebag, because that is a heavy weight, right? And whoever has to pick that up has to pick up 315 pounds. It's not fair to them, right? Me personally, I think that person should be charged pretty heavily. It should be $1 a pound, because then it would incentivize them to put away their weights, which I mean should be incentivized already, especially with that amount. It's like not many people can lift that. It's similar with a 100-pound dumbbell, but this is only 3 times more than that. So whoever put that away, they'll probably not watch this video or whatnot, but if you guys ever do something like that, I'm holding you accountable. Put away your fucking weights. There's no reason you should be leaving it around. You clean up after yourself, right? The way you do one thing's the way you do everything. So just remember that. But I'm gonna work in this 3rd set. Had to feel it out. First set, man, the belt was so fucking tight. Felt like I was gonna puke. Second set, it's a little bit better, but still hard. Hip thrusts are something I don't work often, but I definitely should. Because as I said, it's good to have that variety element, right? And I've also came to the conclusion that I want to start hitting every muscle group twice a week. So there'll be 2 leg days per week. And I do want to add, like I said, the variety. So I will be doing this. The only constant I'm thinking between the 2 is obviously calves, but also barbell squats. Because barbell squats all around are amazing. But let's get right into this. Eight seems like a good number. But doing this in 4 sets, so I have 1 more set. I'm gonna make it count. Okay, this is gonna be the last exercise of the day. We're just gonna be some leg curls. Really emphasizing the hamstrings quite heavily today by doing 2 different exercises, but even doing squats works them a bit, right? It's a compound movement, which is the beauty of compound movements. But on context of squats, guys, when you're warming up, it's very important that you're doing specific warm-ups. And what I mean by that in specific with the squats is doing bodyweight squats prior to doing your set. That way you can gauge your depth, how you're feeling, right? Position your feet in the right way. And I do that before I go into the 12-8-4 warm-up that I told you guys about. And also some other little dynamic movements to just get my blood flowing, open up my legs. And I have said before, sometimes I do like to do static a little bit when I'm doing the squats. However, ever since I've really been emphasizing the depth on my body weight and kind of holding it down too a bit, it's kind of helped me a lot with hitting the depth when I'm actually doing the actual squats with the weighted on the back. But definitely do that. You could even do that with like a bench press, for example, right? Just grab the bar. It's a specific warm-up. It's just like I said, to feel out the movement, get your range of motion correct, make sure you're hitting the depth right, feeling out how your muscles are reacting to the exercise. Because again, I told you, my shoulder's been sore because I've been doing chest. I did chest in 3 days. In the 3 day split, I hit chest twice. So obviously my shoulders are gonna be sore. And when I'm doing like a specific warm up, I'll feel and gauge how it's feeling. Because if it is sore, guys, you know, like, you don't wanna fight through that, right? And there's certain understand, like if my legs are sore right now from doing the workout, Obviously, I'm gonna have to finish off strong and get through it. However, if I was to do legs tomorrow, my legs were sore, so whatnot, a little bit of pain, I need to realize that that's a signal coming from my body to me to let me know that I need to rest, or I need to do a different movement, or I have to let that muscle rest, right? So just remember that. Don't fight through it. Don't take painkillers. I know it's silly, but people do it, right? And we're not trying to do that. We're trying to do this smart. But I want to do 8 reps. Typically when I'm doing this, I really control the tempo, but today I'm feeling to go a little bit heavier and do 8 reps. I did my first set already and I was able to hit 12. So obviously, as I've said before, if you're able to do 12, it just means you got to increase the weight, especially if I am trying to hit 8, because I'm not going to just stick at that level and do 8 if I did 12 the first set. I want to push myself. Remember, resistance training requires you to experience resistance. You're not experiencing resistance, it's pointless. But let's get this shit done. Definitely had 2 partials there, but I was able to hit 12, which means gotta increase the weight, guys. Don't limit yourself, push yourself. If it's scary, do it in a sense, right? If it's scary when you're like deadlifting or squatting without a spot, then don't do it, right? Have a spotter, do it smart, but we're gonna finish strong, put everything we got on the table, because like I said, last set, you gotta leave it all out there, right? So let's get this shit done. We have made it home safely. Guys, today's a beautiful freaking day. The sun is shining, the warm weather's out. It's been a long time since I've worn pants and actually felt like I'm sweating. So that's very exciting. I am very excited for the summer, guys. Summertime is the best time of the year because you're getting that vitamin D from the sun and all around, man. I mean, it's just really exciting to be able to go outside, and most of all, it's the sunlight, I'll be honest with you guys. But I didn't mention at the beginning of the video, for you guys that live in Ontario, I think it's only specific to, maybe I seen it was in Mexico too. I'm not too sure where it was, but solar eclipse happened yesterday. And unfortunately, the clouds were blocking it, so I didn't really get a good chance to see it, but that's all right. It got dark. It got dark, real dark, at midday, which is pretty crazy to see. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience, which you guys should have checked out if you had the ability to. But I hope you guys have a blessed day. Hit the like button. Hit the sub button if you are new, because we're en route to 1,000 subscribers by the end of April, guys. We're pushing hard for it. I appreciate every single one of you guys. The support is unreal. It really is. I appreciate it very, very much. Drop a comment down below what you guys did over the weekend. I'm always curious, guys. Let's get that conversation going. Hit the post notification bell so you guys never miss a video. Guys, we're doing 5 videos a week, 5 to 6. We're going to aim for a little bit more. We're going to push hard because you know what I mean? We are not chasing an objective goal. We are chasing a goal that is specific to who I am as a person, which means getting better at making videos, making more content, and just getting better all around, guys, because the name of the game is to become better every single day, 1% better every day. So do what you guys need to do to get 1% better today. Have a blessed day. Get done what you guys need to get done and find your impetus. Goodbye.